About the upcoming event East versus West, I would like to know what Rino is thinking about the upcoming matches. First of all, let me check the card here to have it for my eyes. Which match is intriguing you most? Upcoming match East versus West 7.
I think one of the most interesting matches is going to be Gennady versus Devon, just because it's hyped up so much in between both of them. And I think that Devon actually might win this, just because I see some flaws in the way that Gennady is training for Devon, and I think that Gennady is. I thought Gennady was a lot better. I thought that his table IQ was a lot more, but when I watched his match against Jerry, I kind of lost a lot of that hope that his table IQ was actually that good. So I think that Devon is actually going to be able to outsmart him. I think that Gennady's hand is going to get too pumped up and too tired. And I think that Devon is going to be able to win him. Gennady might be able to get one or two pins on Devon, and I think that every match will go into a strap. I don't see it going differently. And Devon might be scared at the beginning, but once he gets a feel for his opponent, I think he will gain a lot of confidence, and he will know where to go from there.
We saw that so many times that Devon is just the first round is the critical one. The time that Devon is sucking the power of his opponent, catching, feeling.
Getting familiar with his hand, with his power, with his weaknesses, and then he's going to try to find a hole where he can kind of open him up. And of course, he's going to go into the king's move. I'm sure of that. But I think he has a better setup than Gennady. I think that Gennady won't be able to really press him through that king's move or anything like that. It's going to be really difficult for him.
Don't you think that Gennady has some spot pressing with taken? He's gonna give the wrist, stay really closed. He's very compact. He can generate a lot of side power. Don't you think that this is the moment that with this immense side pressure, side power, that Devon probably is going to go to open hand top row, extend, and maybe this is the critical point from my point of view that probably Devon could injure themselves in this position?
I don't know. Devon has been getting a lot of treatment for his tendons. We all saw the videos.
Michael thought too, but you saw what happened with his right hand.
Yeah, everything is possible, but I don't know. It depends on where Devon's hand is and how he's going to be able to hold Gennady's force, and if he's going to be able to actually take Gennady's center. So you have both two centers, this one and this one, and depending on how Devon actually sets up, it's really up to Devon to decide that. And how the match goes, we will see. You simply can't predict that.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I love it. It's a great match. I always want to see what was gonna happen there. Which other match is intriguing you? I have here all matches, but I would like to know for you what is very interesting too.
An interesting match is Lalith versus what's his name, the Swedish guy.
Tobias Sporing.
Yeah, Tobias. Yeah, I think that's an interesting match as well. I honestly favor Lalith because I don't really know on what level Tobias is. But it might go either way. I don't know. I get the feeling that Lalith's left hand is still too strong for Tobias. But again, I have no clue or ranking in my mind where Tobias stands right now. So it's going to be
Tobias is also a young guy, disappearing, showing up, beating guys like Marcio, Morozov, having wars with Morozov, very strong guy. And something I have some feeling without objective arguments, but have some feeling that Tobias is gonna show up and he will be unbelievable strong.
Could be.
Could
Oh,
be, could be.
yeah.
Difficult to predict. Interesting stylistically. Both are gonna go top row.
Yeah. So it's
Strap.
always going to go into a strap. Except if they both have really strong grips, and it's going to depend. So if one of them slips out before the other one can catch them, Lalith is known for catching people off when they want to slip and just
Yeah,
hitting
and
them.
his
So that might
fingers,
be, yeah,
his
that
fingers are so
might be
strong.
one of the ways that Lalith is going to be able to win one match or two. And what else? Lalith, he's taller than him. He has a bigger hand, I believe. A bit stronger grip. And if I'm not mistaken, Tobias had an injury or something like that. He was on a live stream with Engin, right?
Yes.
And that might as well come into play, but I don't know. He says he's feeling good now. I think he's back to his regular strength, and he's now continuing to train. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting.
What is your take on Garbaev against Iraqi?
I have a feeling that Garbaev is going to win, just because looking at the match in between Iraqi versus John, I saw that Iraqi was constantly losing his hand, and knowing that from the match that Garbaev and John had, that Garbaev has a bit stronger hand control, and he's more explosive. He's younger. He has more endurance, as we saw with Michael Todd. I get the feeling that Garbaev is going to win. But of course, Iraqi can surprise us all. He looks extremely strong. It blew my mind watching his lifts. It's insane.
This is insane. This is not normal. In no universe, this is normal. These lifts are not. They shouldn't happen, but they happened. So
Garbaev, I think, is way more versatile than Iraqi. He might be able to pull a few tricks to kind of get Iraqi away from his shoulder, so he doesn't have the opportunity to flop press him. But again, it's going to be really interesting. I am favoring Garbaev a lot more, but it could go either way, really.
Yeah.
You know, one interesting match is Sasha versus RVJ. No, is it? Is that no? It's Pauline, right?
Pauline against Sasha.
Yeah. I have to go with Sasha. I don't know. I think that Sasha is stronger.
I think that Pauline is a very smart guy, really educated how to get stronger, get bigger than cutting weight. But I don't think that he's so well connected like Sasha. Sasha is he's the born guy for arm wrestling. I never saw something like him.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I watched him live on a lot of competitions and a lot of super matches as well, and he's really, really strong. And the ability to pull with his hand, even if it's away from his shoulder, like here, is amazing to me. Really, it's like he isn't arm wrestling with his own hand, so he doesn't fear it breaking. That's how it feels like. So that's why I favor him. I did saw that Pauline has a good hook when he went against Babaev. Yeah, but if I don't know, Sasha is really experienced when it comes to hooking, and he's really good at that one thing, and that's really scary for anyone. And he can also top roll, pretty good. So he could surprise Paul in a lot of different ways. It's going to be as well really interesting, but I am favoring definitely Sasha.
Me too, but you never know. Arm wrestling is.
Yeah, I just hope nobody gets hurt as well this time.
I hope also that nobody's gonna be hurt. RVJ against Zurab, so I like RVJ because of his charisma about his statement for clean sport and everything. But I'm
Yeah.
afraid that RVJ, even if he tried to get in best condition, best shape, Zurab is in the moment is such a peak. You saw the
Yeah. He's
tournament
really,
in
really good.
Russia, killing this absolutely killer there.
I don't know. What surprised me was his match, Zurab against
Kind of.
Chance Shaw.
Oh,
I
Chen
was,
Shou.
yeah, I was really surprised by that. I didn't expect Chance to win that easily. So I don't know, RVJ versus him. I don't really know how to rank RVJ at all. So of course I'm favoring Zurab. And he looked really impressive, as you said, in the Russian Championship. And it's also going to be an interesting match, but I'm not sure how well prepared RVJ is, as he's
Gonna
been
be.
out of arm wrestling for a long time, and he might get surprised the first round, especially by not only Zurab's strength but his speed as well. He's pretty fast at the start. He hits pretty good, and it's going to be interesting for sure.
This is really good question. How strong is RVJ at the moment? You saw
I
the
don't know.
match. This
He never really showed any essential or basic lifts that we can kind of rank him at. At least
there
I
are
think
old
he didn't.
videos how he's almost curling with almost zero cheating, 50 kg with one hand, just really strict biceps with almost with no, on which 50 kgs one hand is a good lift for a
That's
guy like
okay.
him.
Yeah, but for someone that's going to East versus West, it's a okay lift. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
But someone like Zurab is showing a lot of different videos of him
Yes,
training, and
he's holding
he looks
80,
he
90
looks sick. He
kg.
looks, I mean, not sick in a bad way. He looks sick, amazing. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
really well built, and his cupping is improving as well. At least I noticed that from a few of his videos where he shared where he's doing the cupping from his knee, like Levon and Iraqi did, and it's super interesting. Oh, sorry, there's a alarm going off on my
Good.
phone.
Super interesting. There is one match I think is gonna be maybe easy to predict. Alijan Muratov against Cody Merritt. I like Cody, but I think Alijan Muratov is.
I don't really know a lot about Cody. I have a problem where I can't really remember people well by their name. If you showed me a picture of him, I could
Cody
immediately.
Merritt is the big American guy with the heavyweight.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's
Really
going to
strong
lose
left
to.
hand.
Yeah, I know.
Won a world championship for masters, and I think he also compete by seniors and get second or first or something like
I
that.
think I think he's going to lose to Muratov just because of
Yeah,
Muratov's speed. And once they get into a strap, it's over. It doesn't matter what Cody does. He's already old. I mean, he's older. I don't want to be mean. He's older.
over 40 anyway,
Yeah,
maybe over
yeah.
50. Yeah,
And Muratov is just so fast and strong in that one position. He can really cut you off really fast. And I don't think he's going to be ready for that. Honestly, I don't see a way that he will be winning against Muratov, really. That match where when Muratov was going against Oleg Petrenko, what is it,
oh yeah,
Oleg Petrenko?
yeah,
Yeah,
Oleg
that
Petrenko.
was really interesting, and there you could really see how strong and explosive Muratov actually is, and I see no way of Cody winning even one match, not a single one.
Exactly, that's what I saw. All really easy to predict.
If he does,
What?
I'm going to be really impressed. Really
Yeah,
impressed.
it's gonna be big surprise. Then Daniel Prokopchuk against Dick Ehrlich. This is this
Doug
guy.
Ehrlich.
You know who he is?
Yeah, I know Doug.
This is the guy who won against Coach Ray. Pretty confident last event, 3-0.
He wore a hat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think that if lately I've been noticing that in a lot of matches that Prokopchuk is in, he goes pretty slowly, and that's kind of what annoys me the most when somebody goes super slowly and he just lets the opponent get all the position and then he tries to win. If Prokopchuk actually starts fast and goes for the pin immediately, I think that he's going to have a pretty easy time with what was his name? I forgot.
Dick Early.
Yeah, Doug.
Doug.
But if he lets Doug pull and get into his good position, it's going to be quite tricky. Doug isn't weak, definitely. He won
He has a
against
power.
Coach.
He has
Yeah.
a serious power for a lightweight guy.
Yeah. So again, if Prokopchuk goes a bit faster, gets into his position, and if he goes into a strap, I think it's over for Doug. Once you get into a strap with Daniel, it's very difficult to do anything, except if he lets you, of course. That's what I'm actually afraid of, and that's how he actually lost a few of his matches. He was simply, in my opinion, too confident, which he should kind of tone down a bit.
Yeah. I agree with you, to be honest, absolutely. Also interesting match. Arif FTM against Georgi Zeranov from Kazakhstan.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good match.
That's a good one. Both are fast, both are strong, both are heavy guys. Arif is definitely heavier than Zeranov, but big hands, pulling outside.
A lot of force. Yeah. So I mean, Geranov is going to go into a hook or a top roll. Might actually start in a top roll so he can go in a strap with him. But I think he learned a valuable lesson when he went against Kalachenko that he should really switch up things once he loses once, because he lost to Kalachenko really easily 2 times on when he went to a top roll, and he switched up at literally the last round, and actually was able to come back from that, which was amazing. And I think that was a really good lesson for him. So he might now go immediately into a hook or try a top roll, see if it works. If it doesn't work, go into a hook. And if it goes like that, I think that Arif is going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm not really sure, and I don't know how strong Arif was. I saw his match against Cody on the last East Fest, and he won pretty easily. He had a match against him, right?
Yeah.
And he won pretty easily. But Cody isn't really that great in my opinion. He has a good hook, of course, but he's really that technical. So it's going to be an interesting match, but I'm kind of favoring Geranov a bit over Arif.
Geranov over Arif, yeah. I remember the match with Kalimanchenko, so he was winning 2-0. He was already celebrating and then he stuck in the hook of Zeranov, and then
it was over. Yeah,
it was over. He took the
match.
And
definitely, if he wants to go into a hook with Arif, and if he's having trouble without the strap, he should go into a strap every round, and that will definitely make it way easier for him. And especially when Arif actually keeps pulling back up like this, he's a really strict top roller in my opinion. He just goes really for that top roll, so he might have a lot of trouble with Geranov, definitely.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put money on this match. It could go always.
Yeah, it could go either ways. Yeah,
either ways, exactly. Adam Virginski, this is the American guy who defeat Bojo.
Versus Bacho, right?
Bacho Saginashvili. Bacho is also one young guy. Maybe he's 18 also, like you.
Yeah.
Doing the Georgian style, lifting crazy weights.
Yeah,
but my problem is I didn't saw. There is not so many videos of him going on tournaments, and I really don't know how strong this guy is on the table.
Neither do I. It's kind of hard to judge his strength on the table. It might not translate at all what he's doing, and he might not know how to really use all of that strength. But from the matches that I did see, he seems really strong, confident, good. I'm not sure. He looks pretty fast, but once he meets someone that's kind of equal to him, it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to actually be able to switch up his tactics, if he's going to be able to hold his opponent, drain him out, finish him well. And I think Adam is definitely a good test for him. Adam is super strong. He destroyed Bojo. Really kind of played with
Adam
him.
is great guy. I have him here on the show. We talk about very smart guy.
Yeah.
Know what to do, prepared, really very humble. I think he's gonna win, but
yeah, I'm definitely favoring him over Bacho. The only thing I would like to see him is try to flash pin Bacho. When he had a match with Bojidar, he went kind of slowly and the match dragged on for too long, and it was kind of getting boring to watch. But not only that, it's just I want to see flash pins. You know, there's really rarely anyone who flash pins these days. There might be like Muratov and Geranov and who else? I know Matt Mask, but he isn't really for East versus West, in my opinion. But yeah, it's an interesting match as well.
So you are a fan of flash pins. You're enjoying seeing the flash pins. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the classic arm wrestling fans, they like to have long matches, really either ways.
I think that flash pinning is an art form as well as like technique. You need to be really good at one specific thing and know how to hit really well in that in your opponent's biggest weakness, and then you get a perfect flash pin, which is incredible. Like one of the matches that I love watching over and over again is Arsen versus Todd Hodgkins. It's incredible to watch.
In Bulgaria, the super match, the old super match, Todd Hutchins against Lalith.
Yeah, Arsen Lalith. Yeah, that's incredible to me. I love it so much.
Also, Babayev against Todd Hutchins.
I didn't watch. I might have watched that match.
Babayev against Todd Hutchins, top 8 super match a couple of years ago. Todd couldn't start. He started pulling after he was already pinned.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love flash pinning. And the guy that actually flash pins, the athlete that flash pins, doesn't get tired at all. And he's confident. He knows where to go. And most of the time with these pullers, they don't switch up anything once they lose. And then like something that Geranov did, which is really great. After 2 rounds, he switched, which is good. At least he switched. Some people don't know or aren't really confident, and they don't even train other positions and other techniques, so they can't switch to another technique, which is kind of sad. And I think that everyone at the top level should be able to arm wrestle something similar to Ongarbayev. Like his level of technique is incredible and should be really an example to everyone. And
John Bazank, Ongarbayev, very all-rounded poor.
Yeah. So if you are like that, that would be way more interesting, and it would be a lot easier for you to pull. So once you lose, Todd Hodgkins loses once and keeps pulling the same way. And what does he expect? He loses every round, you know? So if he would have changed something a bit, it might have had a different outcome.
Yeah, it was also a little bit frustrating to watch the super match between Todd and Hajimurat Zuloev. Todd wanted to go in strap, but he was not able to get the strap. He was not used to slip.
Yeah.
And at the end, Hadji, who is famous for his inside game, was able to top roll him 3 times.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Exactly.
So we have 2 matches left here. David Samushia against Brandon okay, sorry.
Can you show me their picture
Lesnar.
just for a second?
There are these two gentlemen.
David Samu. Oh yeah. I don't know about the other guy, but I know that David is good. He's as well. He pulls really slowly, which is simply so hard for me to watch, especially if you're number one. You don't want to get tired, especially in the first 2 rounds. But David is really good. He had a match with Prokopchuk, if I'm not mistaken, and won against him pretty convincingly, and showed some good technique there, good table IQ. I think I'm definitely favoring David, as he is the champion, but we will see. I really don't know anything. I don't have any information about the other guy, but
Yeah, me too.
David is very good.
Rino, talking about be fast, be explosive like Alijan Morato, do you think a guy like Alijan Morato, he is born so explosive and this is genetic predisposition, or he also work out in this way? Do you think as an arm wrestler you can develop this kind of explosivity?
So there is a genetic part of it, of course. So there are a few different kind of
white, red,
compositions of
mixed, we know that.
muscles. Yeah, and some allow you to hit faster and kind of hit it and release a lot faster than the others. But you can definitely develop speed if you train correctly. I don't think training with rubber bands and that stuff does anything. If anything,
Simulating
it actually,
the ready go.
yeah, no, okay, simulating the ready go, but when somebody does with the bands and they hit really fast, I think that actually teaches you the bad way of hitting, because you don't have any real pressure from your opponent, which is the rubber band, and you kind of go way shorter, and it's not simulated as well as it would be in an actual match. So what I always give my tip to people, beginners, anyone who wants to get faster, is just to develop their reaction time and to kind of develop their predicting skill and their confidence on the table, so they are confident to hit at the very right moment. So I seem like I can like flash pin really easily everyone, and that's because I developed those skills. I know exactly when the referee is going to say ready go, and I'm pretty confident in the move that I'm doing. So that kind of translates into being fast. On the other hand, someone like my coach, Andrea Šimić, he has those muscles that allowed him to be super fast. I'm never going to be able to be as fast as him, but I can come close by training this.
It's unbelievable how smart are you for the only 18 years, and how educated are you about arm wrestling. It's really fascinating to talk to with you. Okay, we have one left match that we forgot to didn't
Dave
talk
versus
about.
Revaz.
Yes, Dave Chaffee against Revaz.
Yeah, an interesting match. I don't know. Dave has been showing some signs of development of his table IQ. He doesn't just pull with side pressure now, and he transitions into a flop press. Nobody except Lavon was able to keep him at the center of the table without him moving his arm to his side of the table. And I don't know if Revaz is going to be able to do that. He's been looking strong as well. He's been bulking. I saw that as well. He's looking quite strong. But it's going to be interesting. Revaz, I think, has a bit more endurance than Dave, if I'm not mistaken. But Dave might be able to pull him to his side of the table and transition into a press if Revaz isn't fast enough and if he doesn't take his position at the very start of the match. I think that Dave could actually win this. But there is also the option of Revaz tiring out Dave and winning something like Gennady did. He won 3-2 against Dave.
Okay, great. I think also that Dave is probably the guy with the stronger side pressure center of the table. I kind of believe I saw a picture on the social media that he has a neck injury, neck surgery.
Mm.
He suffered a long time ago of some disc problems here on his neck, and now he got the surgery. He's recovering. I guess if he's showing up on East versus West, he's in the best shape back, and I see him as a favorite.
Yeah.
Both guys are big. The table
Yeah.
is getting smaller, so perfect
Yeah.
match
Yeah.
to
Um,
enjoy.
One thing that I noticed is that a lot of arm wrestlers like don't know how to gauge their improvement in strength. You know, one time they asked Revaz when he was going against, I think Morozov or someone like that, how much in percentage did you gain strength? And he said, "Oh, I'm 30 to 50% stronger." And it's kind of funny to listen to that because he doesn't even like think for a second that if he was 30 to 50% stronger than he is, he would be able to beat Levan with like no problems. So yeah, when somebody says, "Oh, my guy is 30% stronger," you know, it's gonna be really difficult for anyone to beat him. I immediately like have doubts, and I just say like I'm gonna wait to see on the table how it's going to go because I don't know how you gauge that thing really.
Rino, thank you for your time. We talk about our matches. I hope that our audience is getting understanding and getting to know more of you. I would love to see you in the future pulling in these super matches in this format to see how you have all tools, you have developed techniques, you are fast. It's gonna be great. Definitely big fan of you. Also, a lot of people from Bulgaria and Germany here. Do you want to add something to say something for the people joining the sport, watching arm wrestling, finding the club, starting the sport? Do you have some final advices or words to these people?
Well,
Of course, hit the like button, subscribe to the both channels, and everything.
yeah. Well, it's always difficult to give advice because I could go on and on with a million different types of advice. But if I should give like just one advice to someone who's starting, I would say just be consistent and trust the process. The strength and power that you want and that you desire cannot come in a year or two. You really have to trust the process and just keep going with it. Be consistent. Take rests when you feel like it. Don't go by that saying, no pain, no gain. You know, sometimes it's really good to take a rest and be ready for the next workout and train smart. Be smart when you train. Try to find a lot of different things. Try out everything that you can. Find something that works for you and do that. That would really be something that a lot of people don't do, and that would be my advice for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rino Masic, what a great guy. Thank you to be here, being here, being my guest.
Thank you for having me, man.